On October 15, 2025, Indonesia's Defense Minister Sjafrie Sjamsoeddin confirmed that the country will purchase Chengdu J-10 fighter jets from China. He stated clearly that these aircraft would soon fly in Jakarta. That single sentence carried more than a promise. It marked a decisive turn in Indonesia's long pursuit to modernize its air power, and it signaled to the world that Jakarta is ready to balance between superpowers rather than kneel under one. Since June 2025, the Indonesian government has been reviewing China's proposal to supply the J-10C, along with a broader defense cooperation package that includes maintenance, pilot training, and limited technology transfer. Defense officials explain that this evaluation covers every aspect of integration, from the compatibility of radar systems and avionics to data link networks, supply chains, and long-term maintenance capacity. They emphasize one thing: any aircraft joining the Indonesian Air Force must operate smoothly alongside Western-made jets like the F-16 and Rafale. By mid-October, the plan to acquire the J-10 had reached its final technical phase. Internal assessments suggested Indonesia might buy between 24 and 42 aircraft, though no official figure was released to the public. The project is part of a broader modernization roadmap known as Perisai Trisula Nusantara, a defense strategy that also includes 42 Rafales from France and 24 F-15EX jets from the United States. This multi-pronged approach reflects Indonesia's diversified defense philosophy. China's offer reportedly includes flexible financing terms, cheaper unit costs, and partial technology transfer, benefits that are rarely extended by Western partners. At the same time, Jakarta understands the risks. Integrating a Chinese-built platform into an air force historically aligned with NATO systems is no small task. Communication protocols, encryption standards, and spare part logistics differ completely. Every new platform adds not just firepower, but also complexity. From a technical standpoint, the J-10C is a modern multi-role fighter equipped with an AESA radar, a WS-10B turbofan engine, and PL-15 long-range air-to-air missiles capable of hitting targets beyond 150 kilometers. It can perform air superiority missions, strike roles, and even serve as a deterrent platform in contested zones. The aircraft is already in service with the Pakistan Air Force, where it has been used in patrol and combat readiness operations near the Indian border. Its agility and long-range missile integration have earned respect among defense analysts worldwide. For Indonesia, the J-10 represents a bridge, an aircraft that sits between Western design reliability and Eastern cost efficiency. But the decision is not just about machines or technology. It's about geopolitical identity. For decades, Indonesia's Air Force relied on a delicate balance between Western equipment like the F-16 and Sukhoi jets. However, Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine and global sanctions have crippled its ability to provide spare parts. Maintenance delays and rising costs pushed Indonesia to look elsewhere, and China appeared at the right moment. For China, the sale is more than business. It's an opportunity to showcase its growing defense industry and expand its influence across Southeast Asia. Buying from China sends a clear diplomatic message. Indonesia refuses to be tied to any single bloc. But that freedom comes with potential consequences. Western allies, especially the United States and France, may view this as a cautious tilt toward Beijing. Analysts estimate the J-10C deal could be worth between $2 and $2.5 million US, and that the first batch could arrive by mid-2026 following pilot training and final certification. But the price tag is only one part of the story. The real cost lies in maintaining a mixed ecosystem, balancing Chinese, American, and European technologies within one air defense network. Mixed fleets demand more than skill. They demand discipline and infrastructure, different maintenance schedules,
incompatible weapons systems, and unique software updates could stretch Indonesia's logistics capacity to its limits. It's a complex puzzle. Parts from Chengdu, avionics from France, and engines serviced under U.S. standard protocols, all working together under one national command. For a country archipelagic in nature, with bases spread across thousands of islands, ensuring consistent readiness is a challenge by itself. Yes, there's a reason this plan continues. President Prabowo's doctrine of total defense self-reliance is not just a slogan. It's the cornerstone of Indonesia's future military vision. It aims to make Indonesia less dependent on any single foreign supplier and more capable of sustaining its armed forces in a crisis. By purchasing weapons from multiple partners, France, the United States, and now China, Indonesia strengthens its diplomatic leverage and ensures it can maneuver between rival blocs without losing autonomy. Still, experts caution that every independence comes with hidden dependencies. The J-10C's electronics and data sharing systems are encrypted under Chinese standards. That means certain levels of interoperability with Western systems will remain restricted. In other words, if Indonesia wishes to maintain the confidentiality of its mission data, it must build firewalls between these systems, technically and politically. It's a delicate act of balancing cooperation and caution. Meanwhile, regional reactions have been mixed. Neighboring countries are watching carefully. Malaysia, which canceled its plan to lease Black Hawks earlier this year, has expressed quiet interest in how Indonesia manages its growing relationship with China. Singapore, on the other hand, remains committed to its F-15SG fleet and Western defense integration. And the Philippines, now leaning heavily toward the United States, views Jakarta's move as a calculated but risky diplomatic step. In Southeast Asian skies, every new jet is more than just a weapon. It's a statement. Economically, the deal also holds domestic value. China's proposal includes partial assembly and long-term maintenance in Indonesia, likely at Iswajudi Air Base in Medium and Hasanuddin Air Base in Makassar. This could provide local technicians with access to new technologies and create hundreds of skilled jobs. If implemented effectively, it could help Indonesia's defense efforts take its first steps towards self-sufficiency. However, such partnerships often face skepticism. Technology transfer clauses are rarely as open as they appear on paper. For that reason, Jakarta's defense analysts warn that genuine autonomy requires deeper investment in research, not just new imports. Beyond the numbers and contracts, the symbolism of this purchase carries weight. Indonesia stands at a crossroads between two great powers, both eager for influence in the Indo-Pacific. Choosing the J-10 doesn't mean abandoning the West, nor embracing China completely. It means Jakarta intends to play its own game. It's a modern echo of the Cold War-era policy once described by President Sukarno. Go with neither East nor West, but with the nation's own strength. And so, while critics debate logistics and alliances, the deeper meaning lies in how Indonesia defines sovereignty in the 21st century. Real independence is not isolation. It is the ability to make choices freely, even under pressure. The J-10 purchase represents that freedom, with all its risks attached. It may complicate relations with Washington, test patience in Paris, and unsettle regional neighbors. But it also sends a message that Jakarta's defense policy is driven by national interest, not allegiance. Whatever form the final contract takes, one fact is certain. This deal will shape Indonesia's air power trajectory for decades to come. To some, it is a bold leap towards self-reliance and modernization. To others, it is a high-stakes gamble that could overload logistics and strain diplomatic ties. But for the world watching from afar, one thing is undeniable. Indonesia is no longer a silent observer in global defense politics. It has become a balancing force in Southeast Asian skies. And this doesn't come back to your decision if you see this conflict as more than just a contest between nations. It's because the world, in truth, has never truly been at peace.